What is happening in there? J Gaming Dude here, back with another sort of anime, sort of, sharing my thoughts, review sort of thing, whatever you want to call it. And this is where I kind of usually share thoughts on a show that I've recently finished, and just wanted to kind of really sort of talk about it. And this time around, I'm going to be talking about Bungo Stray Dogs Season 2. So I finished this a while ago, so my thoughts aren't as fresh at least as much as I would like it to have been, but essentially, this is just a sequel season to the original season of Bungo Stray Dogs, and adapts chapters 15 through 37 across 12 episodes. And it's very interesting because it starts off immediately with a few episodes relating to the past of characters. So it does I'm going to try and keep it as without spoilers as much as possible, because I'm just sort of sharing my overall thoughts. But essentially, it kind of starts off with a flashback, and the flashback is actually incredibly well done, and it does lead us to learning about how those characters become who they are in the current sort of modern day of where the show is taking place, as opposed to how it was before. And it does it in an incredibly good, it does it in a very well done fashion. So I do absolutely appreciate how flashbacks can be done incredibly well, even though it happened kind of completely unprompted, and it was pretty sudden, but at least it gave us a good idea of what to expect later on, especially since there is now a war going on between three major factions within the show. And a lot plays out. It's, from my perspective, like I said, I think that it's really well done, and it's still entertaining. The characters, some of them do fit in very specific or particular archetypes, but that doesn't necessarily hurt it, nor does it actually make the show any more predictable than how it's been. The characters are still very much likable, even if it's some of the villains. The villains aren't completely hateable, because they do kind of still make a bit of sense as to what they want to do and how they're trying to accomplish it. And there's sort of a lot of exchanging going on. There's a lot of exchanges going on, not just between the three major factions that are kind of fighting each other at the moment, but also those individual characters, their thoughts, plans, and those sorts of actions as they take place closer to the end of season 2. Or maybe it was 2/3 of the way through, actually, because the first third was kind of the flashback, and then about another solid 4. Episode 8 or 9, I want to say, was roughly when that happened. But that's besides the point. So Bungo Stray Dogs, still, if you liked season 1, you will definitely like season 2. It adds more background to the characters. It just adds more to whatever may have felt like was lacking in characterization, in the background of who some of these characters are, because there are some mysteries, especially throughout season 1. So it's definitely worth a shot if that's something that you'd want to consider watching. So if you enjoyed season 1, you will absolutely enjoy season 2. If you didn't enjoy season 1, then I can't then, in good conscience, recommend season 2, because more of the same, albeit in a fairly different way. The opening and ending don't hit as hard as the original, how it originally did in the first season. And so that's not necessarily great. The show looks vaguely similar enough in terms of both art style and quality. So again, there isn't really much to duck on there. I think all in all, like I said, it's almost too similar. So again, if you like season 1, you like season 2. If you don't like season 1, I can't, in good conscience, recommend season 2. So all in all, I'm going to be giving season 2 an 8 out of 10, which is pretty much the exact same score I gave for season 1, because again, while it adds more, it doesn't necessarily add enough more stuff, enough new content to make it even more enjoyable than what it was before. So definitely plugging that in with an 8 out of 10 on my enemy list as soon as I remember what my password is again. But yeah, those are kind of like my sort of very light, vague thoughts, because when I talk about season 3 and 4, which I am certainly going to be talking about, it's going to be harder and harder to not talk about it without going into spoilers. So again, the max I can talk about it is major war going on between 3 factions, and there's a flashback. All covered within chapters 15 to 37, and it's all still very much enjoyable, and is just more of the same that we kind of expected from season 1. So yeah, at the end of the day, that's about it. See you guys next time.